Angela from Little Monkey Designs, and I wanted to do a little crochet tutorial video to show you how to do surface slip stitching on your crochet projects. So this project is our tic-tac-toe board, and we are going to run our lines up and down for our tic-tac-toe board. So I've got my pins here marking the direction that I want my lines to go for each way, and so then we're just going to run a slip stitch up this way, slip stitch from here this way, then we can work across this way and across this way. So to get started, you take your yarn. This is supposed to look like a chalkboard, so we've got the black chalkboard. You can take whatever size hook you want to use. The tighter the stitches will be with a smaller hook. Find the spot where you want to start. Insert your hook from the top to the bottom. Grab a loop of your yarn, loop it there, and bring it up. Then what you're going to want to do is follow along, go to the next stitch that you want to do. From your bottom, grab a loop of your yarn. You're going to have to hold the end there so you can use your working yarn. Grab a loop, bring it up, and then go ahead and bring it through the loop that you had on your hook. So it's therefore that's a slip stitch. Again, we're working straight up these, so I will go up. And actually, I'm going to have to skip a row in order to get them to go straight up. There we go. So I'll insert to my next stitch that I want to use. Grab a loop of yarn from your working end on the underneath, pull it through, and then pull it through your stitch. You can go in any direction that you want with this slip stitching, but since I am going to make lines for my chalkboard tic-tac-toe, I'm going to run them straight up. When you get to the end, just pull it through and knot it off and weave in the ends like you would do before. So that is how you work a slip stitch on a surface slip stitch for your crochet projects. So here is our tic-tac-toe board finished with our surface slip stitches. It doesn't really matter if they're not 100% perfect. It's supposed to look like a chalkboard anyways, which is hard to get straight. So anyways, I went up here and then worked this way across and across here. And so I wanted to show you what it looks like on the back. It's actually pretty neat. Then I took my ends and just weaved them in there since they're white so that you couldn't see them. And if you're making the tic-tac-toe board with the project, then here is the back with a little bit of a buttonhole at the top, and I'm going to put the top over the back. There's really no back or front on the back piece, just make sure that your buttonhole is at the top. Then I'm going to start up here, and you can do a running stitch or a whip stitch along the edges from the top corner down, then come across here and back up to the top, leaving the top piece here open. And you don't really have to do it with right sides together and then turn it out, because then you'd have a puckered edge here, and we run it to stay as flat as possible. So I'm going to probably do a whip stitch, but if you'd rather just do a running stitch, that would be fine. Then on the top of the inside of the front, sew your button right here, and then it will button close through here, and that way you can put your little pieces down inside there. It'll stay together and you can carry it as a travel tic-tac-toe board.